Howdy folks, how are you doing today? Justin here, we're about to play some Elder Scrolls Legends. Gonna hop onto the ladder with Red Brahmin Rides again, the Scout ramp deck. Currently sitting at rank 5 Legend. We're sitting at rank 1, so clearly things didn't quite go our way for a little bit there. That's alright. It happens. Playing against the Earth Bone. I believe that's connected to the thigh bone. We want to keep Treeminder, we don't want Leaf Lurker or Tazcad. Looks like we're playing against Mage, and because they are at Legend 257, there's a pretty good chance it is Control Mage. Go Fighters Guild Recruit into Treeminder into Hist Mage, kind of regardless of what my opponent does. Okay, Ashlander makes me think that it's probably not Control Mage, which is good for us because I think Control Mage is a much worse matchup for us than Action, Tempo, Spell Slinging Mage, whatever you want to call it. So if he has Soul Split in hand right now, he's probably thinking to himself, am I good enough, do I have enough clout with RNGs to Soul Split my Ashlander and have it kill that thing? I would assume. Oh, Telvanni Arcanist. Okay. It's not in all versions of that deck anymore, so that is interesting. Now, it's hard to run this deck out of resources, especially if they start doing chaining spells together with the Shimmering Peddler, or cards like this Arcanist, or the Cunning Ally, which feeds on Firebolts. Trigger, if those things work, it is hard to run them out of resources. But if you do, all you really have to worry about is top deck Lightning Bolts, because you should be able to get control of the game by turn 7 or 8. If you don't, though, I mean, you're going to lose. Okay, Gleave might be good in the future. Another Brutal Ashlander. Gonna keep ramping. So in Magical Fantasyland, attack, attack, face, this is still alive. I draw, I don't know what would be good, something. And he has to spend, a Firebolt or something on this. I feel like any deck running the Token Generator and the Ashlander has to be running Soul Split, right? Just goes with the Firebolt. Does he break the rune? And if he actually, it's scarier for me if he doesn't have another play this turn, because that means he's packing high impact, mid-range or control cards that I don't have effective answers for. Okay. So if I Reaper over here, what happens? I Reaper over here, he probably swings it in, the ally in, and then Firebolts it. If I Naha Gleave over here, he trades stuff in, and then he could Cruel Fire Bloom. I sort of prefer the route where he doesn't have Cruel Fire Bloom. So let's play to that. That's our best case scenario. Nothing else we're going to do this turn is particularly great. I mean, a Cruel Fire Bloom is going to kill the Reaper too. But I like this play because it's less likely to be screwed up by other cards. Shadowfen Priest. Cruel Fire Bloom on this guy too could just outright kill this. Desperate Conjuring. Well, that was probably not what he wanted to have happen. Personally, I, applaud his valiant efforts. Drop that over there because in the event that he's running Immolating Blast, which destroys everything except one creature on each side of the board on each lane, I don't want this dying to that. Crushing Blow. Firebolt. Do you swing in? I would believe it would be a mistake, but stranger things have happened. Okay. So keep Preserver the Root into Black Marsh Warden over here looks great, right? Alternatively, we just Blood Magic Lord, and if he doesn't top deck a way to kill it, we get 2 Blood Magic spells. He hits us for 5, which is getting low. It's a little greedy, but I like it. Ordinarily, that would not be my play. Raise Dead is great. Although with all these shitty little tokens that he's been playing, it's likely we'll get something like that back. What we want back, of course, is something like Preserver, I'm sorry, the guard creature. Okay. Pretty solid. Okay. So unless I'm mistaken, we got 12, 17, 18, 25, 28 on board. We do not have lethal. But unless those cards in his hand are spectacular, or he gets a Dawn's Wrath. I get that card name wrong. The thing that destroys everything in a lane. We're looking pretty solid. It would take a really fortunate sequence of Ice Spikes or Lightning Bolts to kill us. But it's worth pointing out that... Oh, wait, we have Tazcat in hand. Never mind, we do have lethal. So, let's see what happens, right? There's the Ice Spike. Was that in his hand, or was that made by the Arcanist? Cunning Ally. Didn't trigger, so the top of the library is what? Piercing Javelin? That could easily screw up our plans for lethal, right? If we assume the top of his library is Piercing Javelin because Cunning Ally didn't trigger, we swing with this Breaker Rune, he Piercing Javelins this probably. So we're only, if that's the only thing that goes wrong, we're only hitting for 11, 12, 13, 26. That's no fun. So, take another one of these. We're going to hit him for, I guess 2's all we can hit him for without drawing him that card. And we're going to load as much power on the board as we can. And we'll pass the turn. This is, you know, our side of the board looks good, but Slaughterfish spawning. See, if I had known it was Slaughterfish spawning, I would have played things differently, but, you know, there's no way to know. Okay, fuck it, let's go. This can't die to Lightning Bolt. This can't die to Lightning Bolt, so we want to swing first with things that can. Okay. Okay. Now all we need to do is hit one more Lightning Bolt and we're just fucking dead. So, we want to minimize that somehow, but I don't know how we do that. Are we dead? Are we dead? I'm chewing my gum rapidly. He's slow rolling it, so I think it's the Lightning Bolt. I think we just lost, boys. What is it, Valkoist? Piercing Javelin. I am so sorry. Thanks, Tazcat. I was pretty nervous there. So thanks for watching, guys. That was a fun one. Always a pleasure against the mage deck, right? Legend 3, so we're moving back on up. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day. See you next time.